Okay, so I'm over here in Pizza Hut and I see some random students here. And I figured I'd get their take on how they feel about going back to school during this pandemic. So, what do you think?
I'm doing online, so it doesn't really affect me, but I wouldn't like it personally.
You wouldn't like it?
No.
Okay. What wouldn't you like about it?
I just think it's still too dangerous. We're having more and more cases every day, so I think it's definitely not the time to be going back right now with as harsh as the virus is still.
Okay.
My dad is in the risk age, so I'm really worried about being around so many people. I just don't feel comfortable with it.
Okay. I can't hear you.
I do miss my friends and stuff.
You miss your friends?
Yeah, but
Okay. But how do you feel about going back to school? Would you wear a mask?
yeah.
Do you think your friends would wear a mask? Okay.
Well, at my school's really small and it has a lot of students, so I think that we shouldn't go back either because the school's like really small and it'd be like really weird to have that many students there.
That's valid point.
I kind of want to go back to school because I don't like being at my house, even because I'm at my house all the time.
Right?
But as long as we're taking safety precautions and all that, it'll be fine. I'll just wear a mask.
Do you think your friends will wear a mask?
I don't really have friends except them, so I don't really know.
All right. So if you think a lot of the kids in your school, in individual schools, I'm gonna back up a little bit. Do you think the majority of them probably won't wear a mask?
I live in Crestview. None of them are wearing masks.
You're in Crestview?
Yep.
Are you guys in Fort Walton?
Yeah, I'm in Niceville.
You're in Niceville. Oh, that's got a good mix of people here. Okay, that's awesome. So let me ask you this. If your friends are not wearing masks, or not just your friends, but the kids at school, if they're not wearing masks and you're exposed to them, which you're going to be, and so will your teachers, how would you feel about that? Because you alluded to that when you're saying, you can go back and give it to your parents. Do you have like small siblings at home?
All of us have pretty at-risk age parents.
Okay.
So I think we're all just very worried about that catching it.
So do you think if you got exposed, the likelihood of you coming back and giving it to your parents,
Oh yeah.
that's pretty high,
Very
yeah?
dangerous.
Okay. Let me ask you a new question. A lot of kids want to go back to school, or a lot of parents want them to go back to school because sometimes that's the only time they can eat. All right? That's the only time they can get, food is at school. Now that's a rough question to ask you guys. I know you're kind of young, but what do you think?
Well, I think I know a lot of schools are doing where they give the free lunches to people, which I think is a really good idea. And I think if we keep doing that, if they end up not going back to school, that's a good idea. But I completely understand, not knowing where your next meal is coming from, and I understand that's a real problem for some people.
How would you feel about doing 3 days at school and 2 days online? Is that something that could work for you?
It sounds pretty cooperative. That sounds like a good transition to going back to regular school.
Well, great. Well, thank you guys for taking time from your pizza
Of course.
to answer my questions. I appreciate it. If you were old enough, I'd tell you to vote. But since you can't,
I wish.
I appreciate your input. Thank you.
Of course.